Good day and welcome to the studios of SaharaTV, Aisha Odey. It's good to have you today.
So yes, you're right, Aisha Odey, aka the African White Chick, a talent manager, an A&R, a PR consultant, as well as, just call me the music business rat. Like I call myself, because I don't limit myself to everything I just mentioned, because there's a lot I do.
Good to hear.
Thank you.
You have an agency, African White Chick. Can you tell us about it?
My company is AWC Management Solutions, and what we simply do is everything I just mentioned. So it's like a body. So we provide the services, these services for individuals or group of people that want the full package. Because these things I mentioned, I run it to freelance. So you can just want to hire me just to do your consultation for you. You just want me to just do an A&R for you. Everything is on contract, I think. But AWC Management Solution runs all these things under one umbrella. So we just give you options you choose from. So whichever suits your pocket, then we work.
What artists are you currently under your...
Not currently under AWC, because AWC is very, 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 particular about the kind of talent they represent. But I'm currently working with Toby Gray, Teddy A, DJ Any Money, Jane, a couple of names I'm trying to I'm trying to remember. I hope I don't offend anybody.
Now, talent management in Nigeria is fast becoming a career of choice for youths due to the... Yes.
I thought it was makeup artist. I'm just joking.
So, considering how long you've been in the industry, why did it take so long for people to start recognizing talent management as a possible career?
You're saying, let me try to understand your question. You say, why is it that why did it take so long?
Yes.
It's because people are now understanding that creatives are the one, creatives are the one taking what belongs to them, because, it's not about what you studied in school. Sometimes it's about the talent, you understand? So, and all these talents, what do they do? It's just one word, they're all creatives. So as creatives, you're doing what you enjoy, and at the same time, you're making money. So, and right now, people that started it, they were so stubborn about it that, like magic, Nigerian songs are being played like worldwide. So now people now understand that, wow, this is really, they see how much these people are making. You understand? People have watched the growth of people like Olamide, Wizkid, and right now they are still on the top, Baba and all these people. So people now understand that being a creative can also fetch you this kind of amount, and so there's business in it. So that is the reason why people are rushing into it.
When you hear like I'm an artist manager, so artist, there's this perception that it tends to create in the person's like, oh, especially when you're a woman. I don't want to start. I'm discriminating, but they expect the woman to be very beautiful, has a very lovely skin and all. Now,
in the industry.
Yeah. So how have you been coping in the industry concerning the color of your skin, and have you ever been like harassed because of yours?
Well, I won't use the word harassed, but before I even, in fact, this was the beginning of my journey into the music industry, or let's say the creative industry. I had the passion, to just dance. I like to dance. I enjoyed dancing, and I thought I could make a career out of it because, I was like, of course, people are doing it, and, so I wanted to be a dancer at all costs, even though my dad was against it. But, I had two sisters. I have two sisters that used to be video vixens. And, I was like, okay, they were going for an audition for Nato C's video shoots featuring YQ. That was in 2010 or 2009. 2010, I think, yes. So I went to audition with them too as a dancer. And while I went upstairs there, because they were screening the dancers and people that wanted to be in the video, and I got there, and I'm not going to mention their names because they are still in the industry as we speak. Like I know for sure that I'm seeing them. So I'm not going to mention their names because they are really, really top people. And I got in front of them, and it was like there were 3 of them, and I just stood and they're like, so what are you here for? Yeah, that was the expression. And that alone was like, I was like, I'm here to dance. They're like, okay, dance, let's see. With no beat. And I'm like, they said, just dance. And I just felt so stupid. I just did, and they're like, I actually danced because it's something I wanted to do. And I didn't look at it that you're trying to make me feel bad. And I just did what I could do. And they're like, because of the artist, you know, there's something we're looking for. And we're not,
they just came up with an excuse.
They just looked for an excuse. Because while I was even doing my thing, they were like, you know, like people are gossiping about you in your presence. So you can imagine how stupid I felt. And I just went downstairs, and my sisters, they've selected them for the jobs. But me that wanted to be a dancer, I was like, they said, oh, I said they didn't pick me that. And they were like, don't worry. So I was just on my own. But funny enough, I still went for the video shoot because my sisters were selected as the vixens. So while I was there, I was just on my own because it was like I was segregated from everybody else because they have taken everybody they wanted. So I was just sitting down, looking around, and people were trying to feel sorry for me. And that was when, you know, if I knew, you know, she came to say hi to me in the middle of the shoot. I was just sitting on my own. Oma came and she was smiling. So I was not getting a different vibe from what I got earlier. And I was like, in my head, it's not the artist that he said has a stand. And I'm like, well, no problem. So, but regardless of that, my sister, while still in the business, she had revenues on her BBM, and she used my picture. So I think he saw the picture and wanted to see me, and, you know, we just hung out with friends and all of that. I wasn't planning to come into the industry, so I'm just trying to tell you a short story. So I just, we hung out, we became friends, and that was it. But the acceptance, back to your question, because I've not diverted you.
Definitely.
So, while in the industry as a female, first of all, is like you are prone to sexual harassment already because you are female. So the best way to take advantage of you is by, you know, assaulting you, whatever it is. But that was not the problem for me. It was maybe just 5% of the issue I had. But 95% was because of my appearance, how I looked like. Not everybody understood my skin. And once you don't understand something you don't know, you do not like that thing. So automatically, I get more of dislike than like. Because the first thing they see first is...
But did they make these feelings known to you? People just
you don't need I'm not dumb. Like, you know, body language tells a lot than what I'll actually say. You can ask me, are you fine? Yes, I'm fine. And there's a way like, fine. You know I'm not fine. So if somebody gives you a vibe, I mean, I work with body language and energy. That's the best way to understand. That's the best way to communicate with the next person. You don't need to speak up, you know. And when I get that, automatically know. And some even go as far as, so who have you worked with? And I'm like, I'll call some names and they're like, you've not worked with somebody that we know. So some funny excuses, some I'll get back to you. So it was just a couple of turn downs, but I never turned down my own self. So because what happened was because it was hard for me to accept this. So the moment I did accept it, I accepted myself. Everybody had to accept by force because I'm still in the game 10 years after. So
what would you say to young kids out there that
are
not so confident in their own skin?
For kids, speaking about kids, I met one. I met a kid 2 months ago, and this is the first time I'll have a one-on-one interaction with someone with a skin condition. And hers is not like widespread like mine. She's just having patches that's spreading because hers is vitiligo. They're different kind of skin conditions. Mine is not vitiligo. Mine is not albinism. Mine is skin pigmentation disorder, hyperpigmentation. to be specific. That's just my own. Then she has vitiligo, but regardless, still a skin condition. And she was finding it hard to come say hi to me. And I'm like, what's going on with this girl? I'm like, why? I was not even thinking, maybe she's even scared of me. Then I told the little boy, call that girl for me. And she came, good afternoon, ma. I'm like, I now saw her patch here under her eye. And I was like, wow. I'm like, you're so beautiful. Do you know? And she didn't respond. In her head, maybe she's thinking, what makes you think I'm beautiful? Then I started patting it, like I was massaging that part so she knows it's okay to have it. And then I was honest with her. I said, do you feel bad about this? She's like, yes, they always laugh at her in school. I said, if anybody laughs at you, it's because they don't understand. It's left for you to make them understand that, you know what? This thing will become bigger. And you people mouth, go and get bigger mouth because you will talk more. This is me and I cannot change who I am. Mm-hmm. Then I asked her, like, were you born like this? She said, no. I said, that is how this thing works. It does not make you, you know, less than who you are. I'm like, will you be my friend? And she's like, yes. I'm like, I'll try and see how I can get her into modeling, you know, because I see a lot of these people with skin condition out there in America and they're doing good. People slept on me in Nigeria here. But you know, so for those young people out there, the work lies solely on their parents. They need to make them understand that there's nothing wrong with them. They need to make them understand that they are just unique. And they are unique because they are just meant to be unique and they are meant to do different things. But that does not validate who they are as human beings or what will determine their tomorrow. So you can be the best version of whoever you want to be. If you want to be a doctor, an artist, an actress, whatever it is, or an actor rather, to just generalize the whole acting thing, whatever you want to be, even if it's a dancer like I wanted to be, you can go for it. Nothing is stopping you. Your loss of pigment does not, mean loss of purpose because you still have purpose in this life. So please never look down on yourself because, once you accept yourself, everybody will accept you. Just change your mindset first. That's what I'll tell them. Change your mindset first.
That's very motivating stuff you just add there. In the past few years, you've been managing and booking for artists and all. What's the hardest part in that career field?
The hardest part might not actually be the hardest part, but it's the convincing, the negotiating part. Because you know that, okay, this is my business and this is what this person is offering. This is what this person is accepting. So if you have to test your skills or your talents, your negotiating power, because this one says this doesn't mean you have to. Because sometimes, you need to understand that on a project, a lot of money goes into everything, and you have to really, really, dissect, properly, so that at least you can do a lot under it. So sometimes when these jobs come, they need to book these people. I understand that. Yes, you see their videos now, and the hardest part kind of is always that clients always need the hottest at that point from me. So you can imagine when
that's the hottest artist.
The hottest artist. Every booking I've done, they were the hottest.
At that point. At
that point, every artist. Okay, for example, Runtown that I did April 2017, Mad Over You. He was so hot then that he couldn't have made that trip. I knew what I went through with Dilly. Dilly was still with him then, yeah. I knew what I went through. I knew what Dilly put me through. Because where is the show? What is it? What's the capacity? How many people? I'm not supposed to know all these things. There's some questions that will come, and it's like, okay, now Runtown has a show that same day in I don't know the state, and they were going to drive down to my own thing in Benin. So it was a risk, and this is the hottest. I know how much they've paid. I know if this thing doesn't go well, it's me the hook, and I'm in Benin there because I am always everywhere. So that's another part that is hard. What is my job? So I don't want to call it hard. My job is my job. So whatever it takes,
You live with it.
I live with it, so I don't want to say anything is hard. The challenges actually make me happy. Like when I pass through them, I'm like, okay, yes, I can do this. I'll do another one. So those challenges that almost want to push me actually, stabilizes me, and I'm like, okay, you can do this way. So those are not the hard parts.
From that
it's just the process.
cool. From that rundown experience that you had now, how do you handle a situation where you book an artist, then somewhere along the line the artist does not appear for the show? And you see most of these their fans will now go on social media and now be like, we paid so much money to this artist, he did not come.
You see,
how
let
do you
me
handle
tell
that?
you first. I will never be in that situation. First off, because I know myself. They know. I don't even like to deal with the artists themselves, because yes, I have some relationship with some of them, but when it comes to business, I don't even talk to them. Later they're like, why didn't you tell me? When I book a talent, I've already given you all the information you need. If client books your tickets maybe 2 days before, I'm going to be disturbing clients. Give me the information. I'll send it to you. I'll be calling you with phone. So time I must meet you at the airport, and I make it a duty that I fly with them every time. So that exactly, I'm not going to hear I missed my flight. I'm not going to hear there was traffic. I'm not going to hear one thing. I'm at the airport. I'm taking you like my kids. That's the way I go with them with my, yes. So even if it means traveling every week or every 2 weeks, I'm always with them, regardless of what my schedule is like. I must be with them, because I don't know one story. So, and to be honest with you, it has never happened. So I don't even know. But if it happens, I don't know I'm going to handle that situation, but I'm sure they're going to see me in person.
Kudos to you for that you've not experienced.
Thank you, because it's not a good thing.
I'm telling you, because the old drama that comes after that.
Trust me, when it comes to me handling these people, I do not see them as I see them like it's my work. I don't even, when at the airport, if I'm not personal with you before, I'm sitting by my own, you're sitting. Sometimes they don't even know I'm the one they're traveling with. Is that because I've filtered work? I'm working at this point, so I'm not seeing you. All I'm seeing is someone that paid, and you giving them value back for what they paid. Because a lot of people do these things. People are not straightforward with who they are booking with. That is one reason some of these people fail to show up. You should negotiate, fine. You've given them their money. If the agreement is, okay, 70% upfront, 30% when you arrive, or the day of the event. Because some people will not pay you until they see you, because they've had experiences from people. So they don't pay you complete. You understand? But the person in between, a lot of people are greedy. I don't know what it is they do, but they try to cut. So if this person tells you, I'm not coming for this show, they might be deceiving those people and saying they are coming. Exactly. So when all those things happen, this person took my money for a show. Sometimes they show that they might not make it, but sometimes they don't even get that complete amount.
Now, considering the recent tussle between artists and the record label, we are just curious. We would like to know, is there like a particular clause in their contract that is always bringing up this argument, or is it the failure on the artist's part to read what he or she is signing, or is it also the failure on the record label part to also keep to their own part of the agreement that was embedded in the contract? Being someone in the know of the business, what can you just say about this?
All the things you said are possible reasons.
Yes. But
at the end of the day, the question is, your first line was a contract. The question is, are there really contracts between these people binding these two parties? Because a lot of people function on word of mouth. And unfortunately, we're in a part of the world where people do not read to understand. They don't even read, they just want to insult whatever content is there. They just want to look for fault. They're not even trying to understand what this thing is trying to say. You understand? When people don't do that, how are we now sure people actually read contract if there is any contract? It's possible that there is no contract, binding contract, like on paper documented,
signed by both parties. Yes.
It's possible it's just word of mouth, which you can break at any time. And you just tell the person, we sign anything. True, you not sign anything. Or you answer yourself. That's a problem that you could encounter. On the other part, you may actually sign, but because of desperation, that artist, hey, I want to blow. My neighbors must see me with this latest. I must say that I'm in this person's label. I must show off. They will not even read what they are signing. Yes. Sometimes it might be written that it's 10 years, or maybe after 2 years you pay me so. There are clauses there. People do not understand. If you do not understand, that's why you need to involve a lawyer, because those are the legal practitioners. Those are the ones that understand what contracts are saying. Even me might not understand certain things. That is why whenever I receive contract, I spend 2 days. I'll tell them, please, I'll reply you. I'll peruse through, like, thoroughly. I'll be like, you know, when you're teaching a child, as I read, because I need to understand what you're saying. And when you're not clear, it's me that will not say, what part is this one representing? Where did this come from? And sometimes some people don't even reply me again. Because why? It's rubbish they sent, and I was able to see through that rubbish. So many of these contracts that are between these parties are rubbish contracts. At least, if 30% of the industry have contract, because I'm not sure it's even up to.
Wow, is it that bad?
I'm sure it's that bad, because I meet a lot of artists every time. Wow. And when they are saying, complaining of labels, they are not doing anything. What was on your contract? There was no contract. It's just like brother or family. That was why I mentioned word of mouth first. So aside that, when there's a contract and you didn't read through it, and it gets to the part where the person stated what you will do at a particular time, and the person says, oh yeah, it's time for this thing. It comes like, when? Before you know, because maybe they've gotten to a certain level, because we don't know, it's grace people get to become big in the industry. Someone you sign today might become the next big thing tomorrow. Nobody knows. So maybe in the contract, it's written there after 3 years, so. And before 3 years, this person is big safe. And you come back and say, hey, or girls, until this isn't, you become arrogant. That's when you now develop wings and say, okay, yes, I'll show you.
Still dwelling on this record label and the artist issue. We recently interviewed a veteran musician, and she went down memory lane with us, explaining the ordeal she went through in the hands of her management, how they tried to control her life. And these days we see artists, not just Nigerian artists, both international artists, crying over their creative freedom, how the management will say, don't go to this place, don't post this, post that. Being someone in the know, why do you think this happens in the industry?
I'll just say it's greed.
On the part of?
Greed in the sense that I see a talent, I have the money to push you as far as I want. Even if I'm risking it, I don't mind, because I'm that okay. And I decided to sign you, and maybe you just perform, maybe you did a cover to an Adele song, and that is your style, that's what you like to do. And I really liked you, like I was impressed, and decided to sign you. Then I signed you. You didn't ask me to. I didn't ask you to. They were not asked to be signed. I went to go and sign you, right? Then I promise you every night, and these people actually need these things. Let's not just be blind to it.
The artists.
They actually need this.
Those
help.
Control and.
No. As in, they actually need the assistance, like labels and
definitely,
all of that.
Definitely.
So when they come to them like, I will help you, and them too, just rush. They don't understand that there are things, there are steps to take, there are things to follow, because that style that they liked you for is not their style that they want to use to make money. They want to make their money back quick. And if they see a style like maybe a Zanku it's trending, they start pressuring you to start doing that. That's where the controlling starts. And you too, you've chopped plenty, you enjoy, you're in luxury.
I need to pay back.
You know that you have to pay back, because yes, there was a contract, and you know that, okay, yes, these are my saviors. Whatever they want, I'm going to do, but you're not being happy
doing it.
So that's a sacrifice. So sometimes it's so entwined that it's hard for them to, you know, untangle themselves from it because they've gone so deep in it that sometimes they pay back with even probably the whole of their life. You now become maybe a slave to these people. So that's why the first thing any creative should do, I always tell people this.
On a final note, where do you see Aisha Odey in the next 5 years? That's you.
Where I see myself?
Yeah, in the next 5 years. Why did you?
I'm already in 5 years, Seth.
You're ahead of your time.
Where I see myself in 5 years, I see myself as one of the people that's going to change the face of the music industry, because I won't lie to you, we are really evolving right now, and I'm so happy, you know, about the new school. I was having this conversation yesterday with someone. You know, I'm seeing the new set of people that are
Talent.
And I'm seeing like the things that I've envisioned like even 5 years ago is happening now. Like, I mean, when I say envision in the sense that, okay, as creatives, how well do you present yourself? Because everybody wants to blow, comma. But do you understand what you need to do before you blow? Everybody wants overnight success, and it doesn't happen. Even for a fact, Jay-Z's first hit song was 12 years before he got a #1 hit song, was after 12 years. Same thing with Bob Marley, 13 years before he got a hit song. But that hit song, you know, drove traffic to other things they've done in the past. Before, like, that's good. But some artists of today and few years back don't understand the magic. What artists think, because I've dealt with a lot, is they call you, I have so and so amount. For example, let's say 1 million. I want to push this song. The moment they've transferred that money, they are already expecting to blow the next money.
Hey, but you know the stress they go through to get the money too.
No, that's no. What I'm saying is that with their 1 million, sometimes it's just a little you can do effectively. Because if you want visible results on a project in Nigeria, music, I don't know if I should call figures or not.
Call. Yeah.
We're looking at okay, you want to just, not that you will blow self, but okay, you go just
the
get
visibility.
Your presence to be felt. Like, okay, who is this person? We're looking at 15 to 20 million on just a project. Yes. An
upcoming artist.
Yes, as in fresh. But
so where do all those money go into, please?
Where else will they go to? Into their branding. First off, a lot of people do not come with branding. It's like people, it's like food you go and buy at the place. There's no cover. All the way you pass in, do you know what has entered? And you see it's that thing. Don't you think you will run? You will lose weight from the other one you've eaten. You will shit everything you've eaten, even maybe from last year. Just joking. Do you understand? But when it's covered, properly covered, no matter how long, even if it gets cold, it's protected and you can heat it. Even if you're not eating that day, you will preserve it. That is what branding is about. A lot of people say I'm a creative. Okay, I can meet you now. You say you are a painter. Show me your social media, because that is what it is about. That is your first, that's like your company. This is where I have to market myself. This is my shop. Let me see what your shop is like. You are not, okay, let me see what you've done. And I come on your page and nothing correlates. I cannot even understand the artistic part of you. I'm seeing things that I don't understand. I'm like, and you're a creative. When you say you are an artist, it means you are art. There are things you do that people will feel like they will understand that this person's imagination matches my what I'm looking for, and they will hire you. The feeling it comes. I tell them, even if it's just one view or one like, don't get carried away by the like. Don't get carried away by the views. People are watching, even your enemies. So that why do bad news travel fast? How do they know? They've been watching. How do they know this person or follow that person? They have been watching. What you should understand is this is my shop, this is my goods. However I display it is how I'm going to get my clients. You say you're selling clothes, everything is on the floor. Who has the time to come and doing benders or legs in a boutique? You want to do Bernard Select in a boutique. It doesn't work. If you want to do Bernard Select, go to where Bernard Select is and let your kind of people come. Don't aim for a boutique, a space, that label. Get your Bernard Select market and come and spread it.
That's the word. That's the take-home keyword for today. We say thank you for coming over to our studios, and we look forward to more and more content from you in the future.
Definitely. I'm always a click away.